Hello and welcome to the Plies and Hellhounds channel. We are a crafty, puppy interrupted channel coming to you from Central Connecticut. I'm your human host Gabby, and you can find me everywhere online as Gabbigales and on my hand-dyed yarn at Plies and Hellhounds and pliesandhellhounds.com. It is the end of January, so we are doing a project recap, what we've worked on this month, what book I finished, what book I'm going to read next. Just kind of like, sorry, my chair's like wobbly, so I'm just going with it. Yes, it is video time. I have some coffee and ice cream because I once again ran out of milk. I've got two very sleepy puppies because we went outside and played before I recorded this, and bangs that need to be trimmed, so we're not talking about it again. Yes. Yeah, just a regular old video this week. So let's get into it. I am wearing my Salty Air tee by Samantha Guerin Designs out of my hand-dyed yarn, and a cardigan that I knit many moons ago out of Lana Plante Rainbow Lay dyed with marigolds, and it's an Aimee Christoffers pattern, and I love it. And you can see that it's well worn. This used to be like a much, you can kind of see under the arm, but a much brighter orange, but she has gotten a lot of love. So let's start with the finished object. We're just diving right in. I don't really have anywhere to put my coffee because my computer and microphone are right here, and I turned the table the wrong way. So I have one finished object. She's a big one. She's a big girl. And I love her, and I can't. She has gotten so much use already. I have finished my modern moss stitch crochet blanket out of the full moon colors that I dyed in 2022 on a mix of Pole DK and Isaac, which is a retired base. And here she is. She's done. Oh, I should hold her sideways again. So we have January on this side, December on this side, and here she is. She is like the perfect, she goes from neck to toes, the perfect like single person size blanket. No. So she is, just look at this. Look at her. I love her. I used Blood Moon as the contrast color between all of the stripes, and I used one skein of each color and like a skein and a quarter, a skein and a half of the contrast color. I did this on an H hook, I think. If I did not, I will put it somewhere. But yeah, she's done. I love her. I've used her every day this week, and she's just like a super cozy little blanket. Jake doesn't use it as much. I think it's a little bit too short for him, but I have used her every day this week. And now I have my one single handmade blanket, and I'm done. This is the end of blanket making for me, unless you are an infant. And even then, it depends on who your parents are if you are getting that. So yeah, she's done, and I love it. And it feels really good to have a finished project. I feel like a lot of my projects right now are in limbo / I just started things, so they're obviously not done. Okay, this project I have not actually worked on, but I did want to give you an update on it. This is my Kinsen sweater, and I am knitting this out of yarn I got at Rhinebeck, and I said last time during my whip walkthrough I just had to go and order more yarn from Stillwater Farms. Nope. Yes. Yeah, Stillwater Foster Sheep Farm. Here we go. Oh my god. They don't have this yarn on their website, which was a risk, I knew. So the Kinsen sweater is now in limbo until Rhinebeck, and just hope that they have this yarn again. I haven't checked Ravelry. I haven't put a call out. I just, you know what, just need to mourn her for a minute. And put her on the back burner until Rhinebeck. And that makes me really sad because I really want this sweater. But I don't know what else to do at this point. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put her in a hibernation. I might take her out of the project bag. I don't know. Maybe get her like a nice resting place. Like a mausoleum for whips past until Rhinebeck this year. So I already have a Rhinebeck list forming, and it is to finish this sweater. I am going to keep an eye out at Maryland Sheep and Wool to see if they are there or any other festivals before Rhinebeck. I don't know. They are out of somewhere. I think New York. I think that's the New York area code. So we'll see. Maybe I'll email them and see if they'll have like an estimate of when they might have that yarn in, or if it's just like gone forever, and in which case I'm not ready to think about it. We're not yet. So that's the update for the Kinsen. She's gonna go, I'm gonna put her into a hibernation so I can get my project bag back and just make sure I put reminders all over the place of where I put her and what yarn I need. And yeah, sorry, I hope you can't hear the dogs downstairs. And both of mine are in their beds in the living room, so they should be quiet. Okay, great. I have not really touched anything else. Well, I have worked on my Stormwatch cowl, but I left it at my parents' house, and I haven't worked on it since then, and it's been about a week. So when I go back over, probably this weekend. I did cast on things though. This is out of the bones of my Sunglow tee. I decided that I wanted to cast on a t-shirt for my trip to Texas in end of March, April, because they have a much warmer climate than me at that time. And I just wanted something new and cute, and I just needed like a pick-me-up in the form of a cast on. So I am using just 100% linen yarn. I'm not thrilled with the yarn. I just, it's a linen blend. It's just linen. It's not a blend. It's just linen. I had it in my stash. I wanted to use it. So it's going in this. So I cast on a coloring book tee by Aimee. Aimee Makes, I think is her like design name. I am doing the first size. I think the first size is a 34-inch bust. I'm going to do a short sleeve version, and here it is so far. I am almost done with the last bit of the raglan increases before I separate for the sleeves, and my plan is to just use this like terracotta color to stripe on the body, and then like finish the ribbing. Like I think on one of the forms, the ribbing, like the cast off, is in a contrast color, because I only have 3 skeins of this, and this is my second skein, so I figure this will help that go. It's going to be a crop top, it's going to be a short sleeve, it's easy, it's stockinette, and it's kind of just what I need right now. I just don't want to, I feel like I've been thinking a lot of things, like I've started planning shows for the year and like other stuff I want to do for the shop and just like life. So I just needed something super thoughtless in the best way. So there she is. I'm not, it's a nice color. I don't know. I just like, this is 100% a process knit and not like, I just want one. I just want a nice t-shirt to wear to Texas and feel cute in. And also maybe have some like more summer things, because I wear the salty air at least once a week in the summer. And that's all the knitting I've been doing. I haven't started spinning at all. I do have a loop bump I want to start spinning this week, so I think maybe if I can like finish these raglan increases and get all of the work stuff I want to get done today, like photographing. It's the first sunny Friday in weeks, so I don't have 30 lights going on right now. I only have 1, so I want to get some photography done, because natural light is just my favorite way to do things. What package? Hold on, I got mail. It was my toothbrush and desk stuff and junk mail. I gotta do chores today too. I forgot I got toothbrush stuff in. Happy mail day. I feel like I don't have that much to talk about, so I'm gonna open this. Oh, it's in pieces? I didn't order this. What? I ordered an easel. What? Oh my god. Alright, well, add that to my to-do list, I guess. The fuck, Michaels? What? Are you drunk? Oh my god. Never mind. Not excited anymore. Okay, well, yeah, I have not been, I want to spin. I had to photograph some work things. I did get a thing though. I was influenced by Lindsay. She posted on Instagram the other week and was showing me, she just like started patching clothes around her house, which I love, and I need to do. I don't have a ton of things that like holes happen. Most of the time when I wear through my clothes, they don't fit anymore, or the seams are going, or like I've worn the fabric through that it's see-through. But our duvet cover is like 5 years old, and because of the dogs digging and burying toys and just being dogs, we have some holes in it. So I got one of these little loom things to try and fix these. I have done some visible mending on the duvet cover already, but some new ones have popped up, so I want to try and do this to see if maybe that will help a little bit more. We do have a king size bed, so duvet covers are not cheap, and I don't know what I want, so I don't want to just buy something because there's a couple holes in this one. It's still good, so I picked this up. I did practice on Jake's pajamas. I don't know where they are. Let me go find them. I think they're on the couch, honestly. There we go. I got this on Amazon. It was $11 with tax, and it came with needles and rubber bands and a latch hook and very poorly written directions. But I did find a nice video on YouTube, and I know Hannah of the Corner of Craft has one on darning socks with this. I ended up using like my regular embroidery hooks because the ones they sent in that package I think would have been good for yarn, just not. So this was patch number 1. It's not great. It's more of a tear than a patch, so I did a very poor like suture seam basically. And then this is the second patch, and this came out much better. I think just having the single color helped. And then per me fashion, I did not weave in all the ends on the blue ones yet, just because there's a lot. And I changed the technique. So like all the videos have you cut the yarn after each loop. Can't be bothered to weave those in. So I didn't. I just sort of like anchored the thread. So instead of having 1,000 ends like this one, I only had a couple on this one. So I just need to sit down and tie them off or weave them in or something. So that's that. I don't know when my next day off is. I have to look at the schedule. By the schedule, I mean I have to look at Jake's schedule so I can do my schedule. What was I saying? I don't know when my next day off is coming up. I have to go check the schedule. Jake writes his schedule out a month. Like he's got a month-long schedule. So after he writes that out, that's when I do my schedule. That way I can make sure that we have at least one of our days off together each week. And then the other day, if we can't, that can be the day that we do whatever outside house chores we need to do. So we're not like wasting the one day off a week we have together doing things separately. And then, yeah, that's kind of been the crafting. I have just been playing so much Disney Dreamlight Valley and also Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy Color. I had to clean out my sort of teenage closet. It was the last closet that I occupied in my parents' house before I officially moved out, which had, it's got my wedding dress, it had my prom dresses, my instruments from high school, and then just like random boxes. So we cleaned everything out. We donated the prom dresses. The wedding dress is going to stay there until we are in a place with more storage / more permanent place. And the instruments are still there because one of them I want to keep. The trombone I want to keep. The bass guitar, we're going to find a music program or something to donate it to, or see if anybody we know wants one. And then I also had like boxes of photographs and action figures and Lego sets, and in a shoebox I had my first Holy Communion stuff and a Game Boy Color, which was mine, a Game Boy Advance, which I stole from my ex-boyfriend, and a Tamagotchi. So I have to get batteries for my Tamagotchi. I'm gonna revive her because she's an OG. And Jake and I started playing Pokemon Blue on the Game Boy Color, which, so much nostalgia. I just remember playing it in the car at night, but you have to like wait until a car, like a street light would go by because Game Boy Color isn't backlit, so like you couldn't see in the dark, and like you can't have a light on in the car because you thought it was illegal as a child. We've been there. It's just been so delightful. Disney Dreamlight Valley has been very grindy. I'm not in it for the decor. I'm in it for the mining in a ball gown and just like the tiny serotonin hits every time you complete a quest. And that's it. I think once I finish the quest, I'm pretty much going to be done with the game and go back to my Animal Crossing. I do miss Lopez desperately, and I want to finish my island, like decorating wise, so I can upload the dream address, and I really want to finish the, what's it called? The museum. So that's it. That's what I've been up to. I have been reading a little bit though. I did finish a book. Let me go get it. Books. Let's talk books. I have finished Wicked Beauty by Katee Roberts. This is a Helen of Troy, Patroclus, and Achilles retelling from her Dark Olympus series, which is a modern city of all the Greek gods and goddesses, and delightful. The current Ares passed away because he was super old, and to become Ares in this universe, you have to win a competition. There's 3 rounds, physical combat trials, delightful. So Helen decides to go for it, and Achilles is also going for it, and Patroclus is also there because he loves them both. And I love this series. Her next one, Radiant Sin, is Cassandra and Apollo, and that comes out February 7th, and I'm so excited for it. So this was just a delightful read. And book number 3 of the year. The next book that I do want to read is Olivia Dade's All the Feels. This is the second book in her series. What's the name of the first one? Spoiler alert was the first one, which was about like a Game of Thrones-y show, but the main character writes fan fiction about himself, and his best friend was also a fan fiction writer who was a big fan of the show, and then they are fake dating to real dating, and it's cute and it's adorable and it's a plus size heroine, and I loved it, and Jake loved it too. So this is the second book. I'm going to read it instead of listening to it just because my friend had the book in person, and I can't wait. They're so cute. I can't wait. So this is the next book I'm going to read. I'm slowly going through. I put like a physical TBR on my little altar book space thing in the living room that houses like my animal skulls and candles and Lego flowers. So they're there. And I'm also going to pick up, I started this last year on the recommendation from Anastasia from the Fiber Business Collective, It is Alchemy, the Dark Art and Curious Science of Creating Magic in Brands, Business, and Life by Rury Sutherland. 'Tis the title. I have started it. That's the beginning. Not very far in. I have a couple things tabbed, but I really do want to read this. So I am going to pick it up again. I don't know, maybe to read it, I just need to like go to Starbucks and just like be an aesthetic. Maybe that'll help. I mean, it's a business book, so it feels like a slow read. I have considered getting the audiobook version of it. Maybe I should do that. But I'm going to give this another go. Maybe I just need to like set the vibe, and that's how I'll read it. Because if there's anything that gets me to do anything, it's making it a vibe. Going for the aesthetics. I also started listening to What My Bones Know by Stephanie Fu, which is a biography book. And I'm not really big on those, but my friend recommended it to me, so I got Audible for a Christmas present last year. So one of my credits I used for that. It is a hard book to listen to. It's Stephanie Fu and her journey of being diagnosed with CPTSD, which is complex PTSD, and the like different therapies and like things that she's doing to try and like heal herself on this journey as an adult with this actual diagnosis. But it also like goes into her childhood and the abuse that she suffered. She does say in like the prologue, if you can't listen to part 1, don't just listen to part 2. I haven't gotten to part 2 yet. It's deep. It's hard to listen to, I will say, but it's also very like, it's good to listen to. I don't have CPTSD. I don't have PTSD. But I think just like listening to somebody try and go through the like all the different like therapies and like just run or just do yoga or just this things and like none of it working. I think that's it's been like really helpful to listen to that. Like it's not as easy as like if I just drink a gallon of water, I'll be fine. Like that's not it. So I hope that made sense. Yeah, it's not usually my brand of reading. It is not bonkers romance. It is not high fantasy crazy. It is just real life, sort of. No, it is real life. It's real life. She also used to work for This American Life, so she narrates it, and it is a very good narration. It is great. She does a fantastic job. It feels like a This American Life episode. So yeah, that's what I've been reading, what I've been listening to, what I've been playing. Just regressing into the late 90s, per usual. And that's it. Jake and I are on season 42 of Survivor. We are post the release of COVID, the COVID premiere. So this is the second season that they filmed after COVID hit. So it's weird. It's also like at the beginning of watching Survivor, I kept saying like it's going to be so weird when like it's mostly millennials and we're just like, yeah, we're in this to pay off our student loans. And then this season someone's like, I'm really just trying to pay off my student loans. It hurts, but I would do it. Go on Survivor to pay off my loans, not pay off my loans. That's between Joe and God now. And that's what we've been working on and doing this week. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see some more behind the scenes things and weekly chats, I do have a Patreon, which I will be linking somewhere. It's also down on the doobly-doo. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want to see more, feel free to subscribe. I put out videos almost every Saturday, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.